Now, every deck has basically the same cards, right? You get 52 standard playing cards. You get ace through king, king through ace, king through ace. But there's a couple things that make a deck different, and that happens to be the jokers. Now, the jokers make every deck just spicy in just their own little way. It's their own little signature on the deck. So this is why today I'm going to be going over our top 5 jokers, and you are not going to want to miss today's episode. We're going to be doing 2 runner-ups as well, and it's going to be so much fun. So if you like jokers and playing cards and this whole world of top 5s in the Magic community, please make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, and let's get into it right now. Now at number 5 we have the Slow Hands playing cards by my good buddy Kier Gomes. Now Kier Gomes is an awesome dude, and when he created this deck, he wanted it to be a more beginner's deck for magicians based upon the bicycle deck. So it is going to have its own feel from bicycle because like it has training wheels with a tricycle instead of a bicycle. Again, just a beginner bicycle deck. It has the Slow Hands snail on the back of it. It has a reveal on one of them in one of the tires. Like, it's small little intricate details about this set of jokers, which is why this comes in at number 5. Now at number 4 we have the Series B V2 playing cards, and you can also just have V3 or the V1s, but I only have the 2s and 3s, and honestly I almost couldn't decide, so I literally flipped that coin and it landed on the V2s. So that's what we're going to go with. Now the V2s I absolutely love as well as the V3s, but this is what they look like. Now they are duplicates, which is fantastic for magic effects, and I love how it mirrors the back design, so it kind of fades down and looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, seriously, just look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. So it makes it look like you have a flat plane of the cards here, but the layers literally go below the card. And then you look at it, you're like, it definitely goes below the card. And then you look at it again, and you're like, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a super cool way of doing that. So I absolutely love it, and I would not trade that for the world, except for the only thing that I don't know why it's a dog. Series B V2 is, I thought it was about constellations and stuff. Why is there a dog? I don't quite get that, which is why it's at number 4. Now at number 3 we have the David Blaine Skull and Bones Private Reserve deck. Of course, David Blaine made this deck, so it's going to be super cool, and it is a marked deck. Now, this is the only marked deck that has taken me more than 10 minutes to be able to figure out the marking system. It's always been like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, up to 10. This deck, 1, was the first marked deck I ever had, so that definitely didn't help. 2, I was 13, and 3, it took me 3 hours. This deck was impossible. One thing that did help, though, were these jokers. So first of all, let me just show them to you. Super cool jokers just in and of themselves, right? Just by themselves, the jokers are cool. But literally within the jokers, it gives you clues as to how to read the marking system. Within the jokers themselves, give you clues into how to read the marking system. That is so cool. Literally, knowing how to read the marking system through jokers like this is freaking dope. So because he added that little bonus in there with a deck that I wasn't a giant fan of in the first place, just because of how hard the marking system was to read, the thickness of it, a couple other different things, but you can check out the review for yourself. And I'll leave that below if you guys want to see any of these reviews. But for real, this is a super, super cool set of jokers, which is why they're at number 3. Now at number 2, we have the Avocados by Organic Playing Cards Company. Super cool guys. Love just getting to talk with them. But this deck is super cool, and I love the way they did these jokers. Now the first one is simply the word joker with the avocado in the middle of it, or the avocado, because it's a fantastic pun, and this guy loves puns. So if you have a stupid joke, leave it in the comments, because I love stupid dad jokes. They're amazing. Sorry, stupid side rant is just a fact. So I love the first one, but the second one has the pit taken out, and instead of the pit, when you carve out the pit, you have a 9 of clubs reel. So I think that's a super cool way of doing it, instead of just like having the pit and not having the pit like they did in the tuck boxes. So like literally when you buy this deck, you get 2 boxes. So again, super cool stuff, but instead of just having it like normal, you get a reveal on the one. So love reveals, love doing little tiny bits of things that are just intentional, make my day, which is why this deck comes at number 2. Now, before we get into number 1, I have 2 runner-ups. Now, the first one, we have the 3D playing cards by Nacho Montenegro. Now, Nacho is actually a really good friend of mine. Yes, his name is Nacho, which I think is actually kind of cool. and he's my friend, Nachos. Get it? No, no. Again, I love stupid puns. So this is a deck all around 3D playing cards, 3D glasses, the movie theater. That's how it is. So like even the back design is that it's simple. It's simple. It's elegant, and it's the 3D glasses with a Joker. Now the other one has a reveal on the back of it. Again, love that reveal. But the fact that it has just something super simple and just like, well, they didn't just go, well, since it's a movie theater, we're going to put the whole movie theater on the back of the card. No, it's simple, it's elegant, and it's perfect, which is why this deck comes in at number 7 out of all those cards right there. Crazy. Now, as soon as I show you this tuck box, you guys are going to know what the Jokers look like, because at number 6, we have the Cherry Casino playing card. So yes, you've seen these Jokers 100 million times, and that's okay. Now, seriously, they're just perfect. They're simple and perfect. Duplicate Jokers in every deck, and every deck has the same ones. Now, a couple reasons I like these Jokers. One, simple and elegant. I already told you guys I like simple and elegant. Now, most of the time, I'm not a big fan of words on the Ace of Spades or Jokers or things like that. Just keep it simple. Sometimes I like going a little bit over the top like that David Blaine deck, but for the most part, I like to keep it simple. But the great thing about this one is since they've created more than one deck of Cherry Casino playing cards, they have the pinks and the blues and the reds and all those other different variations, but the faces all stay the same. You can use these and do a color change for the back designs, but the faces stay the same. So you have duplicate Jokers in every deck, but only the back design changes, which is why I have this at my number 6. And before we get into number 1, don't forget that a lot of these cards are 10% off in the description below, so hopefully I can save you some money. And by hopefully, I mean it will, because 10% saves you money. So also, if you're going to buy them, don't just use, like, type it in and go there. If you guys do use the code, like, use the link in the description below, it helps out the channel, so it would mean the world if you guys did that. So let's get into number 1. Now, this might be a bit surprising simply because you guys don't know me well enough, but this is number 1. We have the Knights playing cards. Now, the Knights playing cards, I have not done a review of yet. It is coming up soon. I have had people vote on it already on Patreon. If you guys don't know what Patreon is, I have a Patreon. One of the perks for the tiers is that you get to vote on the upcoming month's videos. So you guys can check that out in the description below if you guys want to be able to see what's coming up and be able to vote on the videos. But here are the Jokers, almost said court cards, for the Knights playing cards. And I'll show you why I love them so much. So the Knights playing cards is all done around chess. You got that right. So you're one step ahead of the game. It's all done around chess. Now, the Jokers, duplicate Jokers, are all around chess as well. We have this right here. You have the king that fell over with the raven on the back, and it says Jokers. Now, why do I like this so much? Why? This one means they lost. They lost the game. It's not just a fallen over king in the game, right? Now, it's simple, but it may actually mean something. So if you don't know how to play chess, or you don't know, if you've never played before, the way you can forfeit and say, you know what, I give up, you've won, instead of like someone putting you into checkmate, is you just tip over your king, it hits, game over, you've forfeited. It's your white flag. So this is the white flag Jokers, basically. The raven's on top, which I'm not quite sure why the raven's there, although I do think it adds kind of a cool touch to it. But the reason I like this so much is the black and white pointillism. Pointillism. Now, do you know what pointillism is? Pointillism is art with dots. Let me show you this once again. All of this is done with dots. Now, why do I like pointillism so much? Well, it's because I actually perform pointillism. Well, not perform, I create pointillism pieces. So this one is one I did, it's here on the screen now, that I did in 10th grade. So this is a super fun one that I did. And now I just want to show you guys that, just so you guys can get a bit of more different talents and skills and hobbies that I have. But it's a passion of mine. I love to create pointillism pieces. It's a way that, like, I have crazy ADD, but it's like hyper-focused ADD. I have both, actually. Like the one that's like squirrel, and then I have the one that's like I can get like work on cleaning my sock drawer for an hour and a half, right? So I technically have both of them, but since I'm so ADD, pointillism is specific enough, and black and white pointillism, I can just do it for hours. And that one you just saw, it's this big, and took me 60 hours, right? So pointillism is so cool. I love it so much. So the fact that they did these Jokers in pointillism is awesome. Like the shading and all of it, I just love it. So I love all of how they did these Jokers, which is why these are my number one. So again, if you want to pick them up, they are 10% off in the description below. If you want to be able to vote, Patreon, everything that I've mentioned, I've got you guys. It'll all be down there below so you guys can check it all out. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys do like this content. Now I'll get you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off.